Welcome back to the Marine Corps Movie Minute, where we discuss the movie Heartbreak Ridge. Today we're discussing Minute 8. Minute 8 begins with a thoughtful Clint Eastwood contemplating his response to the judge he's standing in front of. It ends with the police questioning whether they are supposed to wet their pants over Clint Eastwood's dress blues and his colored ribbons. I'm one of your hosts, Brian Lockhart.
And I'm Jack Perry.
All right, Jack, let's get into the minute. So Clint Eastwood's in court, getting his day in court.
Yeah, I think this is one of the first times we really get to see, even though we saw, kind of what of a badass he was when he was locked up. He's standing tall before the man, and he's owning that room. He is the presence in that room. It's not the judge. The judge is, the guy that's officiating over basically he's holding court again. He's Clint Eastwood. He's Gunny Highway. He's a war hero. The court secretary is giggling at him. People in the court. The only people that are pissed off at him, really, it seems like, are the judge and the cop whose cruiser he pissed on.
Right. So, yeah, like to get back to last minute. The judge had, listed what he was accused of, what he was standing up, getting arraigned for: drunk and disorderly, fighting in a public establishment, urinating on a police vehicle, question mark.
Yeah.
So we start off with Clint Eastwood kind of contemplating and really thinking about, you could see him visibly kind of, all right, what is my response to this? What is my answer? And of course he pulls out a gem. Well, it seemed like the thing to do at the time, sir.
Yeah.
Which gets a giggle out of the peanut gallery. The court reporter, the court is laughing at that, and one of the guys in the gallery there in the seat starts laughing.
Yeah, I mean, this is two times where you see him being just a complete alpha male, right? So, like, he's locked up. It's one environment where he's surrounded by other people of varying degrees, but a lot of them, probably just, roughnecks, just badasses in their own right. And he owns that room. And then he goes to court, and he's on the other side of that spectrum where it's all law and order. And he still just controls the room. It's an honest answer. It just, it seemed like the thing to do. Like, to him, it was just like, well, my options were limited. Pissing on this fucking cruiser was the way to go.
Yeah, when you got to go, you got to go.
Yeah, apparently he'd been drinking. He got locked up for drunk and disorderly. So,
yeah,
why not?
Once you break the seal, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah, and I kind of gather too by the dialogue from the officer when he's walking out that maybe this isn't their first bump.
Yeah, you kind of get that from
your nightstick filing for divorce.
Right, of course, yeah. So, everybody kind of giggles at his response, and of course he's still at attention and all that good stuff, and so the judge was like, okay, I got to deal with this guy, and of course he states that he's taking into account his excellent military record, and and he's taking into account his commitment to the security of this great nation. But he warns him, hey, look, this is your last chance. I'm not going to deal with you again. But he gives him the stiff punishment of $100 fine.
Yeah. Well, 1983, I'm pretty sure it's not the same $100 you and I are used to looking at.
True. I was wondering if that was considered a stiff fine then. But the way that the cop kind of like almost rolls his eyes at that.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that he was letting him off fairly easy.
Yeah, probably.
Which, so I was curious. I'm like, well, what would public intoxication be, nowadays? And of course it varies by state, but I found a couple things that said it would be up to 180 days in jail and $1,000 fine. Ooh. So I would say he got let off pretty easy.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure too the judge actually sees that CMH on his record.
Wait, what? We don't know that yet.
Well, officially, no, we don't know that yet. But
we've seen the movie.
Yeah, we've seen a few. And by the way, folks, if you're watching this for the first time and you haven't seen the movie, one, shame on you, and two, spoilers. He's a Congressional Medal of Honor winner. Ta-da!
Yeah, so I that definitely, I'm sure that is what he's taken to into account.
Yeah,
But and his long military record. He was in Korean War, and it's now what, 1983.
83.
So
Yeah, he's been
that's,
in for a minute.
yeah, 30 years plus.
Yeah.
So the cop is Officer Reese, and he's played by John Hostetter. I think that's how you say his name.
Mm.
But he's done a bunch of stuff, but he's done a lot of voice work, and he's actually the voice of Bazooka from G.I. Joe.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, so he's been in a few things that we also grew up with.
Right, and Transformers.
Oh well, yeah, because Hasbro they had all the same people that were doing all the voices. So yeah, so I guess we grew up with the cop that got his car pissed on.
Right. In more ways than one.
In more ways than one.
Yeah, I do like the response though. What are your nightstick file for divorce, Reese?
Yeah, yeah, he just completely just doesn't care. He's like, yeah, here you go. Yeah, just not impressed. He's nonplussed at all with this whole situation. He's like, this is a minor inconvenience for Gunny Highway.
Oh yeah, he follows him out of court, talking smack. Telling him, like you said, what are we supposed to get all wet our pants over your dress blues and all, like you're somebody special?
Yeah.
So yeah, he was letting him have it because he was not happy with that verdict.
Nope. Yeah, well, maybe he deserved to get his cruiser pissed on.
Well, it seems like it.
Yeah, it seems that way.
So the guy in the background, he's just a deputy following him out, and he's just listed as deputy in background, and I'm pretty sure his name is Lloyd Nelson. So I was like, it just happened to. I saw the deputy on IMDb, and I'm like, all right, let me click on this guy's name, and he's he's apparently been in almost every Clint Eastwood movie known to man.
Really?
Yeah, he was like the script supervisor in pretty much all the Clint Eastwood films, and so they gave him minor roles in pretty much every movie. And he's usually cop in background, desk sergeant, military guy. Yeah. Bartender in Every Which Way But Loose. So,
that's kind of interesting.
And I mean, I may have briefly mentioned it, but in the past, but Clint Eastwood does like to add, keep the same people around, and clearly this guy is, he's one of the crew, and he gives him little cameos. So I thought that was I'm pretty sure that's who they're referring to. It looked like him on his picture. So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought it was
little
neat.
loyalty to the crew that kind of helps him out.
Yeah, so everybody's somebody, it seems like.
Yeah, I mean, well, honestly though, I don't know if this particular minute would have actually even been tied together if it wasn't for that guy, because he really did kind of sell the whole scene. The script supervisor walking behind the other deputy.
Oh yeah, I mean, this movie would have been a joke if it wasn't for him. As far as
I wasn't sold until that very second.
Right, the way he marched out and just kind of looked very stern.
Yeah, with authority. Yep. That was it. Right there. It was a selling point.
Yeah, the guy's got a future in the cinema then.
And it looks that way.
Well, other than the classic line of, what did your nightstick file for divorce? There's not really a lot going on in this minute. Well, of course, this seemed like the thing to do at the time, which is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a banner moment in this movie.
Yep. But anyways, I don't really have a lot for this minute. Of course, the cop is yelling at Clint Eastwood on the way out, and we'll tune in next minute to find out, what exactly he's saying to him. What more does he have to say to him? Because he doesn't seem like he's done.
No, it also seems kind of uncharacteristic for a police officer to harass somebody in court, but whatever.
I did like that Clint just keeps walking, just totally nonplussed and just keeps going.
Yeah. Well, he's got a superior staff NCO behind him, so coming to bail him out.
Yeah.
I guess it's best that you don't misbehave.
Well, true. Yeah. He's probably already in enough trouble, so he doesn't want to make it worse. But it didn't stop him from talking a little smack back. So
No, it didn't.
All right, Perry, let's finish this minute, and we'll see what else happens the next minute.
Right on.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for joining us for minute 8. Please come back in a day or so, and we'll and listen to minute 9 with us, and we'll see what happens from here.
Right, and check out all the other social media sites for all the movie by the minute goodies.
Sounds good.
All
All
right.
right. Catch you guys next time.
Bye.
And it ends with the police questioning whether they're sorry.